Mr. Ncube, thanks so much for your time. Good to catch up with you. Quite a lot of excitement to this announcement from your government as to the steps that you're taking to compensate farmers who have lost quite a bit. So just talk to us about exactly what is being done here, but most importantly, where this money is going to come from.
Oh, well, look, this is the culmination of a long journey in the arduous negotiation process with the farmers. As you know, in the Zimbabwe constitution, is clear that we are committed as Zimbabweans to compensate the former white farmers for improvements on the land, and we've been negotiating quite a bit, especially in the last 2 years. It's been quite intense, and here we are today. We're able to sign an agreement. It's $3.5 billion US dollars that will then be used for compensating the farmers for improvements. Where will the monies come from? We've agreed one of the items in the agreement is for the government and the farmers to form a joint resource mobilization committee. In fact, our first meeting is tomorrow. We want to get on with this, and we'll raise this $3.5 billion US dollars. We'll use certain financing structures within Zimbabwe, as well as look at financing structures globally, including the issuance of a global debt instrument, maybe 30 years bond instrument. We'll consider that and see if the market is appetite for it. So we're going to raise money both locally and globally in order to compensate the farmers. But as you can imagine, this is quite a lot of resources, and seeing that most of the farmers actually wish to continue doing business within Zimbabwe, a lot of this money, in fact, will find its way back into the economy and different sectors of the economy, or indeed in agriculture itself.
Well, Minister, we actually have a farmer who is or was previously affected by this story, who has commentary. And Ben, just to bring you in here on what the government has announced by way of some form of compensation to white farmers who did lose out on their land. What do you think about the announcement made?
Well, I think it's obviously a step in the right direction. Constitutionally, as the Minister says, the government is obliged to compensate when they take things from people. I think there is a lot of concern out there that no one has really seen this agreement from the vast majority of the farming community. So there are concerns about the fact that it does not appear to be as laid down in the mechanism of Section 72 of the Constitution, that the Exchange Control Act will obviously have to be changed if US dollars are going to be paid. And we understand that money will be paid outside the country to bank accounts of people's choice, because so many farmers are not in Zimbabwe any longer. And we're also concerned that Parliament has not assented to any loan agreement. So there's no legality as far as this agreement is concerned at this point. And also the fact that it's just for, apparently just for improvements. We are concerned that that is the case where cases have gone into international law. Heinrich von Petzel, for example, he got an award of $200 million US dollars. This amount of $3.5 billion is only 17 Heinrich von Petzel awards. So it's a small amount of, I believe, what the total bill should be. But I think the biggest concern is the fact that it's not bringing property rights back to Zimbabwe. And what we need in Zimbabwe is property rights so that Zimbabwe can develop. At the moment, we have these 99-year leases and things, but they are not bankable, they're not transferable, they are not able to create the investment drive and the recovery that we need in Zimbabwe to be able to go forward. So there are many concerns about this agreement at this time.
Okay. Well, let's put those concerns back to the minister then. Minister, I hope that you were able to hear what Ben was saying regarding the announcement, a step in the right direction, but quite a lot of concerns, particularly the fact that property rights are still not in the hands of farmers. And this could actually make it difficult for you to go out and raise this money from the international community that you're hoping to do. Perhaps if you can just address some of Ben's concerns.
Thank you very much. Let me begin by thanking Ben for his comments and also really welcome his positive response in terms of this being a step in the right direction, because it is. In terms of issues around legality and so forth, you see, this is a constitutional requirement. And actually, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. It just shows that the Zimbabwe government wants to follow the law, because that's what the law says. So in terms of responding to the dictates of the law, that's what this agreement is doing. He also raised a subtle point around the currency. I can assure him that this agreement is in US dollars, and it clearly says that it will be honored in US dollars and no other currency. So there's no risk of this being converted to any other currency in terms of compensation going forward. Now, in terms of the details of the agreement, which you also raised, those can be availed to any farmer who so wishes to see the full details of the agreement. And I must say that in terms of the process for approval of the document from the farmers' side, from the deal, there was a referendum, and we really thank the farmers. I hope Ben was able to vote during that referendum from 4,000 plus farmers who are within Zimbabwe and globally in accepting this deal. So now coming to property rights in the sense of 99-year leases, that is a different matter. Because that's a matter about financing agriculture in the first place. The way we've been doing it as government is working with the farmers, and we've been providing a guarantee to banks for extending loans to farmers. And we are very comfortable with this position as government. We're able to manage things in order to improve food security within Zimbabwe. But because we understand that it takes time for banks to accept these 99-year leases. So we've been able to come up with a mechanism that will make sure that the banks are comfortable in lending towards farming. They have no difficulty at all. In fact, on the contrary, we need more takers. We need more farmers to till the land. We need all our land to be put to use. So the 99-year lease is not an issue at all. But of course, going forward, we envisage a situation where there may, in future, be some kind of land market in a controlled way, so that those who have the land don't end up losing the land. But I can assure Ben that this is a big step in the right direction. It's 20 years after the land acquisition was implemented that we're doing this. So it's really a step in the right direction, and let's all get together and support it. And we have agreed with the farmers that we will work together as Zimbabweans to deal with our issues. We've done exactly that in signing an agreement in the first place. We're showing that as Zimbabweans, we're able to work together and solve our problems for the benefit of the country, the economy, and the future. So we'll work together with the farmers to achieve whatever is needed to make this agreement work.
All right, Minister, thanks so much. We're going to have to leave it there, but certainly if you allow us to catch up with you as you do start on your journey of mobilizing the funds and track how that goes, as well as the developments that you are willing to make regarding the ownership of land rights there. Minister, thanks so much for your time. That was Zimbabwe Finance Minister Mthuli Ncube, as well as Ben Free.